Hello, my name's Bithorse. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I haven't done a video in a while, but I've been pretty active on Twitter. Just thought I'd kind of give an update on, my gallery, what I've done, what my changes, strategy going to summer have been. Pretty simple, really. Not going to go over much more. But so what I've been doing over the last few months is I haven't got a great gallery like it is, but some bits I need to sell. I've been trying to sell off some cards, so I've sold. Let's have a look. Let's go transactions. I think what I've sold. Wait. So sold. This is crazy. Right. You know what's gonna happen here. Well, I sell Witek, right? Vitek. Oh my god. Has he done that again this week? Oh my words. Look at his price now. Okay, I didn't actually know that. I sold him when he hit his first, so he's been off some form. So I think he hit that 78, he hit 35, then he hit an 89. I think I then sold him, and then he's constantly hit an 80 and 81, which, let's check, maybe not this week, but look at the week before. I don't want to show you this is not what I wanted to show you, but it seems to be. What's it? Look how good he is in his team. He's a bit OP. There's no one else in his team that has green. And he's got like 18, a team are losing 2-0, which is bizarre. That's the reason I picked him up initially. I held him for a long time. Thought his price would rise again. It really hasn't. So I sold him cheap. Look, I think he's here. I think I bought him 130. I sold him for like £40. And now he's only risen up to like 80 and £80. So yeah. Lost out on half his value now, so that sucks. But I sold him, and my plan was to bring in players that I've been tracking since last year that had just never really reduced in price. So I then picked up I closed the window. Here we go. I then picked up a Kakare, Maxen Kakare. Maxence. Play I've really liked. I've watched him play. So I picked him up for £82. I think that's quite cheap. Obviously, he's been trending a lot lower, but it was on the auction, so I picked him up before, the game week. And then he then springs a nice 96 for me, and then a 60. So he's been pretty good. I wanted to pick him up a while back, but then I think it was around right here. So Redata released their Look It Up with Laird video. It was around here. And they said, yeah, he'll come out and then, go up in price. So he's around £150. And then he goes and hits an 82 and 81 100, I think. His price has skyrocketed. Then he dropped. Anyway, I picked him up. Guy I've looked at. I think he's still very young. Can hit very good scores. It's just position they play him in. I think he plays better in centre mid, but you see the cam there. Just depends. Cherky didn't have a great game. He has a lot of attacking stuff, so I think it's mainly from corners and free kicks. I think he can progress. Look, he's got an upward trend compared to what he's been doing, so hopefully he pushes forward. That's kind of my plan for next year. I thought I'd get him in cheap now, before the summer, and then people start listing him and the price might shoot up. I don't know, I might have got that wrong. Then I picked up a guy again I've been looking at last year. It's for next year rather than this year. It's Kaio. This geezer's been off form, but his scores over the last season are just exceptional. He may move. He's always been linked away. He's been linked with, I think, Barcelona. That's probably the main one. I think he's a left back. He takes free kicks again. He takes corners. Just Monaco they've dropped off form. The strikers haven't been firing. Ben Yedder was suspended. Volland, my player, he's been injured. He was scoring, last year, and he can ping these balls in as much as he wants. If no one's there to, score the goals, then he's not going to get decisive. But that's just someone I picked up for next year again. This was a bit of a stab in the dark. He started the game, but I've looked at him. Old Aaron Martin. I know he's leaving Mainz. He's potentially going to a Serie A club. think his price will go up. He's a good player. He takes free kicks, and that's what he scored here. He just tends to score free kicks. Good player. Just someone to watch, or potentially sell him at a higher price. Yeah, I'll just keep showing you this way. So my transfers. So I sold them, and I was struggling for a striker this week. Didn't have anything kind of fitted. And I know Habib has been Diallo even first name terms. Oh god, he's been doing very well this year. And then I pick him up, bring him in, and he hits 77. So 2 goals. Guy's on fire for this year. I think he's got around 20 goals. I think that's for the year, which is pretty good for Ligue 1. Think he's also been linked with the Premier League. He's been linked with West Ham, a few other clubs. So he's a tall, fast striker. Just someone I needed. I wanted to keep it in the Ligue 1, so kind of hope he stays there because that's where my direction is going. I'll talk about my direction in a minute, but I'll just go off on a tangent and showing you who I've bought. Then I've made some trades. I made this trade because I like this player and I wanted to kind of build a defensive stack. So I sold. Yes, it looks like. Okay, maybe not. On the day I was paying way more, but he's injured. Philip Max has been just dreadful for me. I picked him up for £130. Yeah, he was shit. He was bad for PSV. He then went to Frankfurt. I thought he'd do well. He had a few good games, then he got injured. I don't know what he's going to do now. Might go back to PSV, don't know, but they're looking to loan. Who did they bring in? I forgot they brought in. A guy used to play in the Premier League. Then he went to. There he is, Van Aanholt. I think Palace he played for. There he is. They want to loan him again for another year, which means obviously Max won't go back. He's got decent scores, always has. He's pretty consistent. As soon as he gets there, does pretty well. So I don't know what happens with Max now. So I thought I'd offload him for a loss and then pick up this geezer. Or Chardonnay. Really nice name. Guy's just gone on. He's just gone on to do 30 quid, jumped to 70 crown. Look at him. Just very consistent. I saw these 2 scores and I'm like, okay, maybe he's turned a corner because he hadn't been playing. I don't know what happened and why he wasn't playing, but he'd had past scores that are pretty high, but these are the most consistent I've seen him. Yes, that one's a saver for line, last man tackle or whatever. So fair play. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to stack him up. Now Brest are 14th, 15th in their league, I think. Let's have a look. And I wanted to gamble. I thought if I pick them up cheap now, they may stay up or they may go down. I wasn't fussed, to be honest. If I went to second division, then fine. I've got some, Ligue 2 players. I got Strasbourg, They're still teetering. They're just there. They got 38. 38, yeah. And then Nantes have 33. Just 3 games left. So one can hope that this pays off. I picked a Bolat for... Yeah, I had to do this. I picked a Bolat for about 290. So it was a bargain. He then hits 2 stinkers. I should have kind of expected it. It's like 2 mares. The idiot who picks him up with that. That's me. Anyway, sell him. I have to sell him. I'm like, my plans kind of changed. I wanted to pick up Bithorse. Now, I don't know if Bithorse stays next year. Not a clue. Don't know why he's selling cheap. This guy was going for a lot of money. And I was wanted the whole, tee him up with Chardonnay so I can have a defensive stack. And then they hit that this week. So that's my plan going forward. So I've got a basis for Ligue 1 side next year. And this is my squad. Things to offload, but, currently my next year team looks pretty good for Ligue 1. So I've got Bizot, Diallo, Henrique, Chardonnay. If you haven't checked him out, check out Maxim Bernal. guy he is just crazy good. The scores represent it, but look at him. He's a CDM by trade. If you look into his detail, he's a CDM by trade, and Paris like to play from the back. So, but he's a centre back at the moment. He gets a lot of stuff from. He gets triple double there, passing. Loves to pass. Really controlling the ball. Would really suit a move. Oh, depends if he gets starting. Would suit a move to Brighton, Arsenal, or Man City. Just the way they play and the way this guy plays. Really, really good player. So I wanted to pick him up. I looked at scores first, then looked into him. I like to look at how they play, and he looks quite confident on the ball. So I picked him up, Ligue 2, and then Chardonnay. Cesar Jalabert, he's moved now. It looks like he's moving from Mirandes to Toulouse, so another option in Ligue 1. So it's all great. Rongier, I picked him up. I was so hesitant. I had Veretout. He was cheap at the time, and then Rongier's dropped a lot like everyone else. So I thought I'd pick him up, and he's been super consistent ever since. And then I got Mamadou Fofana, again, Ligue 2. Yeah, so I just wanted to try and originate most of my stuff to a league, and the rest of them, I'll sort out over time. Sakala, beast. Volland, I don't know what's happening with him. Potentially might go back to Germany. But the reasons I wanted to show you my gallery, this is a bit of a shop, I'm sorry, but kind of haven't updated anything or anyone about anything for a while. The reason I went to Ligue 1, there were, I think, 4 or 5 leagues that have 38 games. And I think there were Ligue 1, La Liga, Premier League, Serie A, and maybe one more. If you know, comment below, because I don't know the top of my head. But I had Bundesliga squads who finished on 34 games, Austrian at 32 games, and Portuguese about 36 potentially. I just wanted more bang for my buck at 38 games, and then try and keep them consistent. If they're 38 games, then they tend to be in the same game week. So that was basically my thinking about it. And then also number 2 would be with having them all in the same Ligue 1. I would then hopefully be able to focus my efforts in to find any injuries in Ligue 1 or any suspensions, and just keep on top of my decisions. Having players in Eredivisie, in Belgium, Jupiler League, in Serie A, in Bundesliga, you're searching for days, trying to figure out who's going to play, who's not, and it's really hard because you can't predict that things. But so that is my plan. Hopefully, the game plan long term works out. It almost did this week, but I made a massive blunder. So here's my scores, and it would have been a nice prize, but I chose Volland. Now, I gambled Volland plays. Couldn't find anything on him. I gambled he plays. Ben Yedder was suspended. Boadu was coming back. I think it was Boadu was coming back from an injury. And Diatta was injured. So, it just set up that Volland would start or even play. Well, I couldn't find anything. And then some guy in the Discord shared a post saying that just before the game, or when they tested the day before the game, he picked up a knee injury. So I completely fluffed my team. And if it's anything to go by, expecting some good things next year, at least some return on my investment here. I just want to, I enjoy this game. Game's good. Just want to win some more because my percentage is woeful. If you look at that. 22 winning lineup, 4%, which is shocking. So, I need to improve on that. And this is the game I want to improve. So that's why I bought Diallo in, and me being me, I put him in a 240, which absolutely flopped as well. I just wanted to give you an update on my plan. I'm not going to spend more during the summer now. I've picked up my team. Not going to play MLS. Just going to focus on these. Maybe shift some, start the season. But mainly going to focus on Ligue 1. Thank you guys for watching. If you've got any questions, want me to cover anything, I will be starting doing videos again. Going to probably do some videos around transfers to the Premier League and how they may score on Sorare or just past scores. So if anyone you want me to cover, then let me know. Drop me a message below in the comment section. Like and subscribe, as everyone says. But yeah, hopefully over the coming weeks, I will just cover some potential transfers that might be good. Thank you. Bye.